everybody. It's Deb here with Creative Life. Thanks for joining me today. So today we're going to be starting our second project using the Tres Jolie scrapbooking club kit. So I will have the link right here for you and down below in the description for the club kit this month for the scrapbooking kit, okay? And then, of course, you can check out all of the other kits on the site and see, she has phenomenal kits, you guys, just absolutely beautiful. So, as you know, there's mixed media and card making kits as well, and also her chipboard pieces that are just absolutely gorgeous. So, but today we're going to be doing a little layout, and this layout is going to be kind of special for me because we're going to be doing a layout using some photos of my daughter who is pregnant. She is due next year, and I think that this is so stinking cute. When she told her husband that she was pregnant, she bought some little baby cowboy boots, and then took a picture of her boots and his boots, and then the photos of the little baby. I just thought that was so cute. So anyway, we're going to be doing a little layout with that. And with that being said, I'm going to actually cut this down because I am going to put it in a frame. The frame is just a wooden frame that I had in my stash. And I think I'm going to have it this way here. Reason being is because I do want... I want the flowers to kind of show with the butterfly and stuff. And so I thought, it would be better lay out this way. So I am going to cut off the bottom piece here, okay, because the frame is 8 by 10, okay, and since I'm laying it lengthwise, it's going to be a little bit too big, right? Because it's 12 by 12, so it's going to be a little bit big. So I am going to cut off the bottom pieces and part of the top pieces. I might just go ahead and cut off. I want to leave at least a 1/4 inch at the bottom here, and then about a 1/4 inch from this bottom here. So probably, let's see here. If you're going to do the same thing, we're going to end up cutting off about... about 1 3/8 of an inch. So I think I might just do 1 1/4, and then that will leave me a little bit more space here and a little bit more space down below. So 1 1/4 inch is going to come off of this piece right here. And I was playing with the inks from the mixed media kit that came with the little paintbrush, and so I think I'm going to be using this one because it is darker, and so I do like the peach, but I think the dark one kind of matches a little bit better. So, but before we lay down our ink and spray this, we're going to go ahead and use some gesso on this. And I do have some clear gesso waiting here. It is the TCW Clear Gesso Matte Translucent and translucent. Okay, so it's a matte, and I did go ahead and do a white paper with it, and this is what the white paper looks like when you have the clear gesso on it. And then I went ahead and sprayed or put down some of the ink on there, and that's what the colors look like on white. Okay, so I really like that blue. And the peach, oh my gosh, the peach is comes out like a yellow kind of color. It's really pretty. It says peach on here, but I think it says peach on here. Let me see. Oh, marigold. So it's a yellow kind of peachy color. So it's a marigold kind of color. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and use this one. And I went ahead and put it in a spray bottle already, just to spray it down on here. So we're going to go ahead and get started applying the gesso. So here we're going to use our clear gesso, and I'm using the TCW Matte Translucent Gesso, and then I'm going to use my heat gun to kind of dry it up a little bit quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut off about 1 1/4 inches from the bottom part of this page. Okay, next you're going to cut a strip that is 1.5 by 12, and you're going to go ahead and score every 1/4 inch on this. And what we're doing is we're making a rosette from this strip. Once you're done, you're going to go ahead and just accordion fold this along the score lines, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like you do a rosette. And then you're going to go ahead and attach the ends, okay? And then once you attach the ends, then you're going to go ahead and place a small circle on the back of this. Okay, so once you have your rosette glued, you're just going to go ahead and press it down in the middle and it'll fold out like a fan. And then you're going to go ahead and glue the circle to the back of that rosette, and then make sure you put plenty of glue in the middle part of it. Okay, so for some of the things we're going to be using, you're going to need to cut one piece that is 2 by 12. So you'll just get a 12-inch piece of paper and cut that at 2 inches. And then the other one, you're going to cut another piece that is 1.5 by 12. So there's that. And then I cut a large circle, and the circle is about almost 6 inches in diameter. So so you'll just cut a large circle if you want to do that, okay? And then I made a little rosette, okay? And we used a 12-inch sheet of paper that was cut by 1.5, I believe. Yeah, 1.5. And then you score a 1/4 inch all the way down, okay, leaving 1/4 inch spaces in between each score line, okay? And then you go ahead and fold it back and forth like a fan, and then we bring it together and glue a circle on the back of that. So we're going to go ahead and put these to the side, okay? We are going to be using some of the pieces here, so I'm going to use one of these. I'm so excited. And so for this, I did grab, let's see here, debating on which one I want to use. I think they're all the same, basically. I think so. So I'm just going to use that one. So just pick one of those, and then I am going to go ahead and we're going to use this right here for one of the photos. We're going to go ahead and use some of these things here. So I'm going to pull a few of these out that I'm super excited to use. I'm going to be using. So this is one of the pieces we're going to use. So, okay, let's go ahead and go. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this piece down first, okay? Actually, before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and spray some of this stuff on. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and grab some of this. And I just want to go ahead and spray. It's not a very good sprayer. I think I got this spray from, from the Dollar Tree. So probably not the best sprayer, but that's okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and blot some of this. So I decided to go ahead and add some more spray to the bottle with some water, and I think I got a better coverage this second time around. So I just wanted some more of the ink blots to show on the bottom part here and around the sides, so I think it did show a little bit better. So after I inked all of my ephemera pieces that I was going to use, I went ahead and sprayed some, or put some gesso on the clock, on the chipboard clock, and let it dry, and added some black ink to it. I went ahead and added my circle on first, and then went ahead and grabbed the 2 by 12 piece and placed that on. Now I did end up having to cut just a tad off of there because it didn't quite go all the way to the bottom, and then I went ahead and inked it and then glued that right to the left of that circle and just placed it a little bit on top of the circle there. Then I went ahead and grabbed some of the ephemera pieces, that clipboard piece I just love, and placed that on top of there, and then placed on another piece of that large ephemera. And all of my pieces are inked, and then that little piece that we clipped off of the of the 2x12 piece, I went ahead and made that into like a little flag, and then stuck that behind the one of the ephemera pieces there. And then I was going to add that one, but I decided to go ahead and use some of these rub-ons, and I absolutely love these. And so I went ahead and cut, I was going to cut them out, but then I thought, nah, I'll just go ahead and put them on there. I used the large butterfly there on the bottom part of that alphabet piece, and really, these were pretty easy to put on once you really rub them in there. And I usually don't use rub-ons on my layouts, but I had a really good time using these. so if you don't use rub-ons, try to use some, and definitely a game changer. I really enjoyed using these. And so I really enjoyed this. And then I went ahead and placed some more like along the bottom there. I really wanted to use that little wheel piece. I forget what they call that. Oh gosh, I can't remember, but I really loved that piece, and so I really wanted to use it. And then I found the M. There was an M and an O and another M in the Alpha series there, and so I went ahead and spelled mom, and I went ahead and rubbed those on the Viewmaster. That's it. That's it. I knew I was going to catch it. It's the Viewmaster piece, or view circle round piece. And I know that there was a D and an A, and I went ahead and used the D and the A to spell like dad. I couldn't find another D, so I went ahead and just made my own, and you'll see here in a bit where I went ahead and rubbed on the D and the A, and you'll see it right there. It's there's D, E, F, G, and so on that little piece there, I went ahead and used that on there. Next, I was going to go ahead and poke a hole through here, but then I decided I didn't want to use that. But the hole did help me when I was doing the letters, so I wasn't like off anywhere, so everything lined up really, really good. So it really helped having that little hole in the middle there. And then I just grabbed my pen and kind of went over the alphabets a little bit to make them a tad darker, so everything would blend in nicely. Next, I just glued that little wheel in place so it wouldn't move or come off. Okay, so these are the two mats that I'm going to use for my photos, and I just thought that they looked really nice. I did back them up with black paper here in just a bit, and you'll see which ones I used. So for the small one, that was the small clipboard, I went ahead and took my X-Acto knife and cut around the clip piece, and then stuck my picture underneath it. And then before I stuck my picture under it, I wanted it to go ahead and, you know, kind of mark it up with some of the rub-on pieces, and so I went ahead and used the numbers, and then on top I used some of the letters, and just kind of rubbed on whatever was in that path there. I just didn't really, you know, no rhyme or reason, just kind of used whatever was there, just to make it look more vintage, you know, old, so to speak. And then of course it is inked with black ink around the edges there. So I went ahead and used my double back tape on my photo, and then I was going to go ahead and stick the photo on top of there, but I just really felt like it needed a dark piece behind it so it would stand out more. So I went ahead and used that polka dot paper that I cut the circle out of, the large circle that is behind the photos and the ephemera there on the scrapbook page. And then I went ahead and just cut a small border around the photo and then clipped it on top of there, so or put it underneath that little clip there. And then went ahead and added some tape behind there and went ahead and added it on there. I think it looked so cute. Same thing with the 4x6 here photo. I went ahead and used the flower paper and just added some tape behind my photo. I don't use glue behind the photos. It's just a personal preference. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the big picture to the black paper and then just kind of cut a small border around that, and then I'm going to fit that on top of the large ephemera piece there. And then I added double back tape to the photo, and then added that or to the back of that paper, and then adhered that down to that large ephemera piece. Then once I got that on there, I realized that I really wanted to cut that the paper clip that was on the clipboard ephemera piece. So I went ahead and just grabbed my X-Acto knife and cut around that. It did take a few tries because I was going through 3 pieces of paper instead of just the 1 piece of paper. So if you want to do that with yours, I would suggest you cut that prior to gluing it down. But if you already glued it down, and just go ahead and cut through it. It just takes a little bit to get it to cut through, but it does go through. And then just slide your paper right up under that little clip and adhere everything down. And once I got this photo underneath, I kind of glued it down, and then I added the little baby picture underneath, and I really loved how this layout was coming together. Okay, so we're going to use the film strip now, and I only needed 3 of the little pieces of the film strip. So I cut the last 2 off of the black chipboard piece, and then I went ahead and used my double back tape around the film strip and then cut it, and then I went ahead and glued or adhered that to the photo. And then once I adhered that to the photo, I went ahead and clipped off the excess photo pieces that kind of stuck out from there, because I wasn't sure like how close I would need it cut, so I just went ahead and cut around the photo strip. Next, I broke out the flowers, and now we're going to go ahead and we are going to place the flowers down alongside there, and it's just going to be a cluster of flowers kind of trellising down the page there, and I think it's going to look really pretty. Of course, we still have a few more items to place on here. I have the clock sitting there, and I was just playing around with the layout, but I really hadn't decided on where to put anything yet. But we will get there. So I really liked those butterflies that were on the side there next to my son-in-law, and so I decided I tried to leave those showing because I really didn't want to cover those up, especially since I had the other large butterfly up in the left-hand corner there. So I really wanted that to still kind of show. So here I'm just placing along the side there the flowers and adding some of the cream colored flowers with the I guess it would be like a seafoam. That's the color that I'm going with. Seafoam green flowers, because they're not really a green color, they're really a really pretty blue, and or not blue but pretty green. And then we're going to go ahead and add some more flowers there on the side, and I'm just hot gluing them down. That way the flowers don't come off of the page. For this layout, I decided to use that sentiment, the best day, or it's best day ever, and I'm using some foam tape on the back of here. The foam tape is pretty thin, and I thought that it fit best for this one, and so yeah, so I used that, and then sticking some tape on the back of the film strip there. Next, I'm adding that camera to the top of the page there next to my daughter, and I thought that then I'm going to add those little flower clusters. Those are part of the kit as well, and I'm adding those to the top there right next to her, and then the best day ever, and I thought that that looked really nice right there. So next I went ahead and I added the rosette that we created right in between the flowers and the photo, on top of the photo there, and then I went ahead and I added the clock kind of underneath the bottom flower there, kind of glued that onto the clock, the flower, and then added the sonogram film strip there on top of the rosette, and I thought that that looked really nice. I really was happy with the way that this layout looked, and then added another flower in between, and then I decided to go ahead. This is where I penciled in or pinned, got the black pen and made the D kind of, I tried to make it as similar as I could to the top D, but I think it worked. So then I added another flower right there at the bottom part of the film strip and the clock. I wanted to use the Blessed chipboard piece front that I got from the shop, but it wouldn't fit on there, so I thought, you know what, I'll use it another time. And then I was just adding some leaves that I had left over from some of the flowers that I had cut, and just kind of put them and placed them sporadically around the other flowers. And next we're going to go ahead and I'm going to place a flower there in the middle part, and then I added a little heart and a star to the middle part of that little Viewmaster circle. I thought that that looked really cute, and that is about it for our layout. I thought it turned out so stinking cute. I really am happy with it. I hope you all like this too. Well, I think that is it, y'all. I think this is great. I love how the little letters, the rub-on letters, made the word mom and dad, and then I just drew this one in on my own, but we used the rub-on letters here, and then we used some rub-ons here at the butterfly down here. We sprayed a little bit of the stain, botanical stains on here, and I just love how it looks. This one is black bean, okay, so I just love how it looks on the background. You really can't see it, which it's really subtle, so I love how it blends in, and you can see it like right in through here. There's a little bit of spots here and here. I just absolutely love how this looks. And then here we've got our flowers kind of trellising down, and we've got the little baby photos here, and then we've got photos of my daughter and my son-in-law, and then we've got the little boots here with the little pictures. I thought that was super cute. And best day ever, some of the ephemera and the chipboard pieces from the kit. I just absolutely love how this turned out. So I hope you all love it as well. Next, I'm going to go ahead and stick it in the frame, and then I will be right back. Alrighty, so here is our finished framed little layout that we did, and oh my gosh, I think it turned out so good. I hope you guys like it. thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you being here with me. Take care. I have all of the links down below for you in the description box so you can find everything that you need to create this beautiful layout. Have a great day. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks so much for joining me today, y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and hit that bell for future notifications on all upcoming videos, tutorials, YouTube hops, and my Friday night lives at 4:30 Central Time.